Tade Cash is a world-class cash flow entrepreneur and investor, a super wealth coach, legendary closer, and an educator. He's the co-founder of more than 5 cash-rich businesses and believes that assets should be predictable, consistent, and perpetual income that funds our lifestyle. It shows individuals, companies, and nations how to unlock the hidden asset that would create perpetual, consistent, and predictable prosperity for them. He is the creator of the Short and Sell program and the Money Mastery program. He is the author of Shut Up and Collect the Money, the Money Mastery Revolution, Build Assets, Not Just a Business, as well as the Wealth Genotype. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome on stage Tade Cash.
To be here with you again tonight. Every Sunday we come with something special, something unique. Okay, if you don't get your money right, you have not gotten your life right, because money affects your life, money affects the way you live. You see, you can die without money, but you can't live without money. Money is very essential to living. You can choose to deny the reality of money, but this is what happened to you. It's important that you understand money. It's important that you understand fundamental truth about money. There are four laws of wealth creation. The first law is the law of earning. The second law is the law of saving. The third law is the law of spending. The fourth law is the law of investing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be focusing on the second law. I know, like me, you have heard several times that, especially in this generation, there are a couple of things people say to you. One of the things they say to you is that schooling is a scam. The second thing they say to you that savers are losers. But come to think about it, are savers truly losers? Savers are not losers. It all depends on what you do with your savings. Um, it's important that you learn how to save because saving is for financial discipline, investing is for financial abundance. Someone needs to treat that tonight. Saving is for financial discipline, investing is for financial abundance. Now, if you don't know how to save, how do you then invest? Because this is what happened. Most people don't save their money. So when opportunities show up, they don't take advantage of it. You see, tonight we're going to look at how to save and grow rich. Now, if you learn the principle tonight, I strongly believe it's going to literally change your life. Because if you want to change your life, you have to change your life. So tonight, I have someone that will be going to be sharing the stage with me. You see, when I mean the stage, I mean literally. You know, the guy is someone only God knows in part of the world he is. But he's going to be sharing the stage with me tonight online. And we call him the Money Sense Guru. He's going to be showing you the patterns of savings. And guess what? Don't go away tonight because tonight is also going to be showing you how you can turn your savings to assets and that can literally change your life. You know, look at it. Many years ago, I saved some money. I think about 14 years ago, I saved some money every single month. And then an uncle or a senior brother of mine called me one day and he told me that there is a particular property that you need to buy somewhere. And then he took me to the place, and because I have the savings, I bought this property. And in 6 months of buying this property for 400,000 naira, the property turned to about 3 point something million. But this is what happened. My saving just make me richer. All right. So what about if I did not have the money? What about if I did not put that money to saving? So saving is how you achieve financial discipline. Investing is how you achieve financial abundance. But this is what happened. One come before one. Without saving, you are not safe. Without saving, you are excluded from the life's opportunity. This is what happened. Let me tell you what the richest and the wisest man ever said, and it's going to interest you. He said this is a definition of financial stupidity. He said a man that makes money irrespective of the amount, a woman that makes money irrespective of the amount, and spend everything. Solomon, the richest and the wisest, says that woman and that man is a foolish man. I didn't say so. Solomon says so. And Solomon deserved to say so because history records him as the richest man that ever lived and the wisest man that ever lived as far as financial world is concerned. So this is what happened today. Are you foolish or wise? Now, tonight is about putting you on the path of freedom and the path of wisdom at the same time. So you're going to learn how to stop being foolish with your money, how to stop being foolish with your money. And let me tell you something. One of the things that your money is supposed to do for you is not to make you show off. Your money is supposed to pay off. And one of the ways that your money pay off is your money should buy you time. All right. Your money should buy you opportunities. Your money should buy you access. But most people don't know how to do that. So they waste their money and automatically they waste their life. Your money is a form of energy and it's one of the highest form of energy that you possess. If you waste that energy, you're not going to achieve so much with your life. So this is the generation that love luxury without building asset that can fund it. This is a generation that love luxury and spend all their money on luxury and end up in penury. And so at the end of the day, they are going nowhere with life, though they go to church and pray and they say what God cannot do does not exist. But the truth of the matter is a generation that believe what God cannot do does not exist. But there are things that God can do. God can think for you, my friend. God can save for you, my friend. God can sell for you, my friend. Okay, say there are many things God can do for you. Okay, so in as much as there are many things God can do, there are many things God can do. God will not think for you. Okay, God will not make the call on your behalf. You have to do all of those things by you for you. And this is the secret. And that's what you're about to learn tonight. So tonight is about how to save and grow rich. Let me tell you, if your father is poor, you're not cursed. But if you're poor, you started a cursed generation. Because you know why? It takes two generations to establish a curse. So your father is not really cursed, except his own father is also poor, and then he's poor too. So he's transferring curse to you. So don't take it to the children. You see, it's a curse to have children that you're not going to leave an inheritance for. And one of the inheritance you are going to leave today is to learn how to save so that you can grow rich and enrich your children's lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor today to show you. This is our 8th episode. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pour some champagne tonight. Woo! Woo! It's our 8th episode. Your power of consistency. You see, there is something that trump competence. There are many people that are very competent, but they have no consistency in their life. So this is what happened. The guy that has consistency but don't have too much competence can still outrun a man that has competence but has no consistency. So this is we have shown consistency in the last 8 weeks. Let me tell you, it's not been easy. In the last past few days, I've been out of Lagos trying to shop for properties outside of Lagos. And guess what happened? I came into the state. When I mean the state, not that I came in from America, really. I came in from, some of my guys are in the studio with me tonight. There's a guy called Samuel. He's called the How to Afford Lagos. You can go online and check him out. It's called How to Afford Lagos. You can see him. And one of the youngest multi-millionaire in Naira in the real estate space is also with me in the studio. His name is Champion Idogo. Check him out. He's an amazing writer. If you have seen a lot of my work in terms of my book, that guy is a brain behind it in terms of editing it. It's time to putting it together in case you have a book idea and you want it to become a reality and you can pay about $2,000 so that your book can sell. You see, it's not enough to write books so that your book can sell. Check it out on the internet. His name is Champion Idogo. He's a crazy real estate guy. One of these days, I'm going to bring him, to the city of Abuja in the next 30 days. Champion is coming with me. The city of Ibadan. Samuel is coming with me. By the way, Samuel schooled in Ibadan. So he's going to be an amazing guy in that city. We're going to rock the city upside down because now we have 2 projects right there in the city of Ibadan. And in the city of Abuja, we have 2 projects. You must have heard of Amber County right now in Abuja, in Lugbe. And we have Rich Point Community in Jikoyi. But in Ibadan, we have an estate called More Estate and Monument Park Estate. Monument Park Estate is in a place called Baku Akpata. Do you know Baku Akpata? Do you know Akpata at all? You know Akpata? Oluyole extension. Okay, so and then we have Monia, very close to the train station. This amazing project, C of O project, and you can be part of it. But that's not the essence of tonight. By the way, all of these things I've said to you, you can partake of it if you're a good saver, because savers are lenders. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Savers are lenders. And let me tell you, lenders rules the world, because the hand of the lender shall be up, the hand of the borrower shall be down. So the truth of the matter is, savers are lenders. What did you think your bank does? It collects your money to save it with them so that they can lend your money. So savers enables lenders. So you can also become a lender by learning how to save intelligently. So I'm going to be inviting in another 1 or 2 minutes an amazing guy by the name of Alex Iheanacho. He's a good guy. He's a good friend. He's a good student of mine. He's a good friend of mine. He's a good mentee of mine. And it's been doing great stuff, right? Couple of books. He has an amazing wife that they call Startup Legal, a woman of legal sense. By the way, if you have a startup business, you can check out that amazing lady by the name of Barinada Alex Iheanacho. You can check her out online. She's amazing. She has been endorsed by one of the African richest man. She's amazing. She can turn your business around. To not just look active and promoting my people, really. By the way, there's a guy in the studio. I call him the small legend, living legend that will live forever. His name is, you know the guy's name? His name is Jay Erute. That's Joshua Erute. He's an amazing guy. He make all of these things, all the effects you're seeing in the studio tonight. He made them all possible. The guy is a genius. He has traveled some places with me, and I told him he's going to travel the world with me. By the way, very soon you're going to be seeing him in different parts of the world. Just watch out for that guy. He's a genius. He's an amazing guy, hardworking guy. Sometimes he get me angry, but I like it sometimes, but all the same, man, tonight is a night. So, ladies and gentlemen, is Alex ready for us on the other side? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be telling you about a guy called Alex Yenacho. He's a common sense guru. It's a guy that have saved in life by saving. The guy that has been able to go from street to stardom. He's a guy that has helped thousands of people through his tribe called Common Money Sense platform. He's been awesome. He's been able to change his own life. And like one of the things I promise you, Sunday cash flow service is not for teachers, it's for doers. Practically, it's a doers that teach. There are two kinds of people in the world. There are teachers that never do, and there are doers that never teach, and there are doers that teach. So three kinds of people in the world. You see, the teachers that never do, they only make money by teaching you. All right. So they will write a book on how to be a millionaire until when they sell the book, they never become a millionaire. All right. And there is another teacher that make millions, but they will never teach you. Those ones don't help you at all. And there is another kind of people that do and then teach. Only kind of people that you find on this platform are people that have done and they are willing to teach, because those are the people that make the world go round. And one of those guys tonight, his name is Alex Yenacho. So it's going to be blowing you away today. I want you to pick your pen. I want you to pick your paper. And in case you are still there, you can send the link of this stuff to your friends, to your family members, and make them join and make them be part of this program tonight. Because you see, one rich man in the mix of 12 rich poor people, financial mathematics says is also a poor man. You know what happened? Because the truth of the matter, that poverty is very strong in weights. It can draw out one. If you are the only one rich among 15, you're just a poor man. You know what? So what a rich man does is called enlightened selfishness. What a rich man does is to help other people around him to be rich so that he will save himself. Because you don't have to stay out of trouble than to get out of trouble. Poverty is heavy. Poverty is stinky. Poverty is bad. Poverty is satanic. Poverty is hellish. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time forever, we're going to go on break. And when we go on break, we're going to be introducing our amazing guy tonight. But don't go away. Just use this time to take a cup of water. And if you have a coffee, like my guy, take a coffee. And if you have whatever, if you have your girlfriend around you, tell her to chill. If you have your wife around you, tell her, let's get ready. Because, by the time you listen to this tonight and you are married, there will be a lot of orgasm tonight, okay? Because this is going to change your world. So we'll be right back. Don't go away. Studio, Sunday CashFlow service. Every Sunday, we bring you a live mind shifting experience that will change your life. Because you know what happens? One is the productivity, the way you relate to money, the way you relate to life. So, just to check that out. So I'm going to bring you on tonight for the sake of our somebody called AI. The AI of money sense.
the AI of money sense thing is joining tonight. Right here, you're in America, you're in the afternoon, you're in Australia, whatever time you are on the way in the world in Asia, that's what happens. There's no better place to be right now than to be with me in this community. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Alex Rachel. How you doing, Alex? Alex, how you doing?
Good evening. Can you hear me? All right. So I want to know if you can hear me because the audio from the other side is not very clear. But if you can hear me, I can just let me know in the chat so that I can go on.
We can hear you. We can hear you very well. I can hear you very well. You can go on. How you doing tonight, Alex?
So should I go on?
Yeah.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, and thank you to my boss, Daddy Cash, for bringing me here tonight to come and share one or two things with us. And I hope that tonight we are going to get value. I'm going to be sharing from my heart, and more importantly, we are going to be giving you the opportunity that you can kickstart the journey with. Like, I always like to tell people, savings is an art and also an art. The art is the process of saving, while the art is what you do with the money you save, right? So those people who tell you things like, oh, savers are losers, you can't save yourself to riches, you can't do all of those things. They are actually people who do not have any particular proper understanding of what savings is all about, right? There is really no aspect of money that is, a standalone. It's always a combination of different components, right? And savings is just one of those components. And for me, I've come to realize
Okay.
that savings is one way to accelerate yourself, right? Is one way to
That's
accelerate
true.
yourself in the game of wealth. Why? Because like I tell people, anybody can make money. Making money is actually a thing that anybody can figure out. In fact, you can even make money even when you don't even know that you're making money, right? So for those of you who say, "Oh, I'm broke," "Oh, I don't have money," if you check through your bank account from the 1st of January till now, you'll be amazed at how much you've made, but you didn't notice, right? And that's also why if you go on Google now and type the world richest beggars, the people, their net worth will amaze you. They have so much money that some people who are not beggars have not been able to get. So making money is not really such a fantastic conversation. Anybody who can provide value can make money. The question is, can you retain the money? And the next question is, can you multiply the money? Can you protect the money? And can you transfer the money? See, at that level, the conversation is a whole lot different. So why saving has two parts. It has an art, which
Oh,
is the
hello,
process of
Alex. Hello,
consistent.
Alex. Sorry, Alex. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, go ahead. I just want to get the feedback. All right, because I can hear you very well. Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
I can hear
We
you.
can hear you. Yes, cool.
Okay. Savings is a process of compulsorily setting aside a specific percentage of every income for a specific purpose. Okay, that's what savings is. Savings is not a careless activity, it's a compulsory intentional act of setting aside a specific percentage of every income that comes into your life for a purpose. So if you don't have a specific purpose behind your savings, you obviously will not know what you're going to do with the money, so you're going to waste it. That's why you will say from January till December, then you use the money in December to flex yourself or to travel to your village, right? That's because you do not understand exactly what it is. And for me, some of you who know me, you've followed me for a while. I didn't really have a very fantastic, background while growing up. I came from a very, unstable background. I came from an unstable home. So I didn't have a lot of opportunities, but I guess God just endowed me with the capacity to know how to manage myself around money. Because I tell people that what you need to learn is not how to manage money. What you need to learn is how to manage yourself around money, right? Because that's what you can control. How you manage yourself around money is what's important, because money is not really a thing you can manage. The velocity of money is more than what you can control. So what you can do is what? To manage yourself around the idea of money. So I learned very quickly how to manage myself around money, and that was how I got started. Like I always say that savings is an opportunity code, right? The different small amount of money that I intentionally saved were able to get me through several phases in life. Savings has always gotten me through several phases in life, has introduced me to a lot of opportunities that ordinarily wouldn't have been possible just because of the fact that I was prepared. So that's why I refer to savings as an opportunity code. And I think that is one thing that everyone should pay attention to. Okay, so tonight I'll be teaching you just some practical steps of how you can really use savings to how you can how you can save and grow rich in the process. All right. So yeah, the first thing we need to understand is my story. I've shared a bit of it. I think that's the part that we should just know about. That savings was a part of me that has consistently gotten me to into different opportunities that ordinarily wouldn't have been possible. Right now, one of the things you have to realize, I want to believe I'm talking to people who are already making money. Right, those are the people I talk to. If you're not aware that you're making money, then you're not the person I should be talking to. I'm talking to someone who has a job, someone who has a business, so you are already making some active income, right? One of the things you have to understand is that your current source of income is a place for you to start your process of acceleration. One of the mistakes a lot of us make is that we are looking for the new catch, we're looking for the new stuff, right? But we don't look around us to see what we can actually do from where we are or what we currently have. Like the case of Moses, God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? That's what I always ask people. What exactly do you have in your hand? What income do you have in your hand? Because it is from that thing that you have in your hand that you can begin to accelerate yourself, that you can begin to, put your legs into so many places, that you can actually begin the process of savings acceleration. So what I'm teaching you tonight is basically flowing from the fact that you already have a source of income, and this is what you're going to do from that source of income. Now, the first thing you have to understand is that there are about 4 possible incomes that you can access from wherever it is that you are right now. There are 4 possible income channels that you can access. Number one is your active income, the main thing or the core thing that you're currently doing to make money. That's your active income. The other one is your what I refer to as possible income, right? Possible income is the money that you can make based on where you are. So, for example, when I was working in the bank, I ran 2 businesses. One of them was a book supply business, and the other one was a lending business. Now, when I was there, I realized that a lot of my colleagues who were senior, who were earning much more than myself, were not very good with managing money. They paid us on the 25th of every month, and by the 10th, 15th of the next month, people are already broke. People are already looking for where to borrow money from. Now, because of the fact that I had a good habit of saving, I always had money. So I started a business where I would, lend you money for maybe 10%, 20% interest at the next payday. So you write me a ticket, and post date it to the day of the payment. So as soon as it gets to that day, I'll just cash my ticket, and collect my money. That was the first business I ran, and I was making a lot of money from my colleagues. So that is an example of possible income. I also ran a book selling business because I realized that in a lot of my colleagues, I had the opportunity of reading books because I had a book supplier. Now, a lot of my colleagues will always admire me. I love the way you read books, but I can't access books. So I said that, okay, this could be an opportunity. So I started, getting books from my vendor and selling to people in the office. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to do anything extra. All my customers were people who were working with me in the same office. That's what I refer to as what possible income, right? And wherever it is that you are right now, you have possible income potential. All you need to do is to look around you. Ask yourself, what can I do for the people around me to collect some money from them? I remember when my wife too did the same thing. Even when I went to university, I did the same thing as well. When my wife was in school, she used to sell fruit. And I asked her, how did you get into the business of selling fruit? She said, well, I always ask myself, how can I get a portion of the pocket money given to my roommates? And I figured that the only way for me to get that is for me to find something to sell to them. So she started selling fruit to them and she was getting money from them. So that's an example of possible income. Something that can happen, that can bring you money based on where you are and based on your current reality. All right. The other one is borrowed income. Okay, borrowed income. For example, if you work in some organizations, especially if you're a civil servant, you can actually borrow money from your cooperative, you can actually borrow money from your company at almost single digit interest. And you don't pay the money lump sum, you don't pay the money back lump sum. The payment of the money with the interest can be spread over a long period of time. I know people who have gotten into real estate business using borrowed income from the office. I know people who have gotten into different kind of businesses using the money they borrowed, right? The fact that their company can allow them to borrow money at a relaxed interest, which they can spread over the years, okay? For example, my father-in-law is a civil servant, and he was not really, he didn't have a lot of money. Civil servants don't have a lot of money, but they have a lot of opportunities. And he has 4 girls, and those 4 girls are all graduates. And how he was able to send all of them to school, including my wife, who went to read law and went to law school, was through borrowed income. He was able to access low interest opportunities at their cooperative. So that is also something that you can look at. If you're working in a company where you can borrow money, you can actually borrow some part of your future salary and use that money to invest. And good thing is that we have a lot of opportunities that you can actually start investing in, and begin to earn some kind of returns that is above inflation rates, which I'll be sharing more as we go. And the last kind of income that you can also look at is what I refer to as commission income, right? I always tell people that commission is a gain. Wherever you're working that you cannot earn commission is not safe for you, right? One of the reasons why I left the bank was because I could not earn commission. I could not earn commission, and because I was not in marketing, and I could not go to marketing because of my qualification, and it didn't make sense, right? I believe that you should not just earn your salary, you should also earn commission. So any opportunity that you have to earn commission is something that you should go for. And with commission, your earnings cannot be capped. You can actually earn any amount of money. If you sell a property, for example, of say 40 million, or you help your company to make 40 million or even 10 million, right? What happens is that, imagine if you get 10% interest on 10% commission on that. So imagine you help your company to make 10 million and you get commission of 10%. That's 1 million extra, right? 1 million extra to whatever you're earning, to whatever you're going to get. And that is something fantastic. So the question you need to ask yourself now is, what are these income channels that are available to me that I can actually begin to explore? Do you have possible income potential? Yes, you do. You just have to look around you. The next one is, is it possible for me to borrow a portion of my income and then use it for take advantage of investment opportunities, right? Can I earn commission? How can I, join something that can help me to earn commission? Very important, right? Now, the next thing you need to do is to do what I call income capacity upgrade, right? Income capacity upgrade. And when you're doing that, you need to look at 3 things. Number 1 is your income speed, right? Speed. Okay, how fast do you make money? And when you want to answer that question, it's a function of your ability to market yourself and your ability to promote what you do. You cannot make money if you're not marketing. Nobody will buy from you if you're not promoting, right? So for those of you who don't like those who market and those who promote a lot, then you must also know that you don't like to sell yourself and you don't also like to promote. And when you don't like to sell and you don't like to promote, it simply means that you hate money and money will hate you back, right? That's very important for you to know. So whenever you're being shy or you're being afraid to promote, then just know that you are also being afraid of money, and money will just hate you and move on, all right? So the speed, or your income speed, or your speed of making money is a function of your ability to promote what you do and your ability to market what you do, right? The other one is your income size, all right? And when you're talking about your income size, you need to ask yourself these 2 questions, right? Do you have a high income skill? In every industry that you find yourself, in every organization that you find yourself, there is a high income opportunity in that organization. There are some key things that drive the revenue of the organization, right? Your business should not be to just work in the business. Your business should be to work in the core of the business, and that is the place where the activities that drive the revenue of the business is discussed or done. So when you get into any business, you need to ask yourself, what are the revenue drivers of this business. When you find the revenue drivers of the business, you need to key yourself into those areas, right? Learn the skill that is necessary to help you be relevant in that particular department so that you can afford to earn more. Then the other one is the industry. There are just some industries that are not very promising. If you're in an unpromising industry, then I'm sorry, you might not really, of course, you cannot out-earn your industry, right? You cannot out-earn the top 1% in the industry. So you need to check out the industry you're in to be sure that there's a lot of money in the industry, to be sure that you can actually afford to make a lot of money in that industry, okay? And then the other one is income consistency, right? We've talked about speed, we've talked about size. The other one is consistency. How often, right? How often do you make money? And how often you make money is a function of how often do you sell, right? How often do you make offers? How often do you ask people to buy what you have? That's selling. You know, marketing is more like promoting. Selling is asking people to exchange money with you for what you have to offer. How often do you sell? It is how often you sell that will determine your income consistency. So if you are experiencing income drought at the moment, it could most likely be that you are not selling, right? Or you are not promoting yourself or what you do enough. That is very, very important. Now, if you've taken this out of the way, there is another part of the process that I want to show you, and that is what I call putting your savings on speed dial or speed dialing your savings, right? Now, when we want to speed dial your savings, you have to practice what I refer to as chunked income savings. Chunked income savings. Now, you know, some people will tell you, oh, save 10%, oh, save 5%, oh, save 20%. Now, I think that conversation is for people who are not ready to be rich fast, right? Like Tade will always tell us that everybody can be rich, but you need to be rich fast. So you need to be rich fast. And if you want to be rich fast, you cannot be saving 10%, 5%, 20%. No, you have to go hard, right? You have to suffer in the first few years of your life or in the first few months, or you have to suffer, right? So that you can enjoy. You have to live your life in a way that a lot of people will not find interesting, so that you can actually have opportunities that a lot of people will envy in the future, right? And that is what I mean by living lean. You know, young people now, you make a lot of money from the internet, you do cryptocurrency, and all you just do is you buy a big car, move into a big house, begin to carry girls, begin to drink beer, you're clubbing every weekend. That is horrible, my friend, because you will not be forever young, you will not be forever strong, right? Money will not keep flowing to you in that way, because if money has come to you and you're not preserving and growing it, money will just see you as an unreasonable person, and money will begin to avoid you. That's why you see yourself at the point you're getting a lot of cash flow, and suddenly the cash flow dries up, right? When cash flow is coming into your life, money is giving you the opportunity to prove yourself worthy, right? So that when it dries up, right, you can actually show it that you are a prudent person by what you have used the money to do. So Tari talks about the law of growth, the law of investing, right? The only way you grow money is by investing. The only way you make money is by selling. So selling is a way of making money. Saving is a way of preserving money, right? Investing is the process of growing money. So you need to understand all of these things and know that you have to go lean. You have to go lean. And I always recommend save from 40% of your income and above, right? Save from 40% of your income and above. As I am now, whenever I receive money, right? Whenever I receive any amount of money, the last thing that comes to my mind is, what am I going to buy? That's the last thing that comes to my mind. Like, what am I going to buy? What will I buy? You know, some people, as soon as money comes into their life, the first thing they're thinking of, what will I buy now? Who am I owing? Who will I pay now? No, I don't do that. As soon as money comes into my life, I'm looking at if it's possible for me to even save 100% of the money. That's what I'm looking at, right? If it's possible for me to save 100% of that money, for me not to buy anything and just live my life, right? And the thing is, I live a very simple life, right? I live a simple life. I don't like complexity. I like things to be simple, because I know that at the end of it, what matters is not what I'm able to show you. What matters is who I'm able to become. And who I'm able to become is a function of the size of my investment, the size of my wealth. I want to be the person that can be doing things without really looking like it. And that's, one thing that I would love you to really buy into, because the reason why you spend a lot of your money is because you want to show people, you want to show off. You want people to know that you've arrived. You want people to feel you. Nobody needs to feel you, right? Nobody needs to know you. No, you need to be the quiet guy. But when it comes to doings, you do your things big, right? Provide for your family in a very comfortable way. Provide for your future. Show into your future. Do things. Move, make things happen with money, right? So you don't need to be braggadocious. You don't need to drive the flashiest car. You don't need all of that, right? Just live a moderate and modest life so that you can have opportunity of saving a large amount of your money. So that you can have the opportunity of having what? Chunked savings. If you live a very simple life, you will definitely have a lot of money to play around with, right? That's the first thing. The other one is what I refer to as cash diversion technique, right? Cash diversion technique is another way that you can actually put your savings on a speed dial. Now, how does that work? How that work is, get yourself something that you make money from, which you save all the money you make from that thing. So, for example, I have a book, right? I have a particular book. In one of my books, I have a particular book. Any profit I make from that book, I save the money 100%. I don't put it 100% of that money goes into savings, right? I have a friend, he works in the bank and he does business plans for people, right? He writes business plans for people. I think he charges about 50K or thereabout to do a business plan. Now, in a month, he could do like 2. Some months he could do 1. Some months he could do 5, right? But here is what happens. Every money he makes from that business plan, he puts it in his savings, 100%, right? So if it's a month that he's able to do 4, that's 200,000. So 200,000 automatically goes into his savings without apologies. Another way you can also use a cash diversion technique is your bonuses, right? When you're giving a bonus at the office, what do you do with the money? Some people will use the money to flex. They will use the money to upgrade. But you don't need to upgrade your lifestyle because you were doing well before that money came into your life. So you will also be doing well even if the money leaves you in form of savings. So divert that money 100% into your savings so that you can have what? You can have an offshoot in your savings because you need that offshoot, right? You need that offshoot because, like I said, when your savings is large, your opportunities will be large, right? When your savings is small, the opportunities you can access will be small. So now, if you have gotten it right with your savings arrangement, right? The last thing that you need to do is to put your savings on accelerated growth. That's the last part of the journey here, right? When you're using the speed saving system, when you've gotten to this part, the thing you need to do is what? To put your savings on accelerated growth. And that is where investment comes into play, right? Remember, there is no other way for you to grow money, right? There's no other way for you to grow money there's no other way apart from investing. That's the only way to grow money. Now, the problem is that so many people put money in rubbish and call it investment, right? You put money in something that you don't even understand. You put money in something that you don't even know, and you call it investment. Nonsense, right? Of course, you've had stories of people doing this one, people doing farming, people doing that one, and at the end of the day, it will just pay you for 1 or 2 months, and your money is gone, right? And here's what I tell people: listen, any investment that will sustain you, right? 2 things I want to tell you. Any investment that will sustain you will not pay you monthly ROI. Any investment that is solid that will sustain you will not pay you monthly ROI. It will pay you ROI over a period of time. So it's 6 months, 18 months, 12 months. Because the business needs some element of freedom and stability. If the business is struggling every month to pay you ROI, the business will get to a point where in the month that is dry, it will collect money from people to pay you. And remember that this money is not sleeping in the business. The money is actually supposed to be in the marketplace working. So if they are paying you ROI every month, the question is, how are they getting the money on a monthly basis, pay their cost of operation, pay every other thing, and still pay you? Something is wrong somewhere, right? So you need to look at that. The other thing is that you don't also invest to use it to feed yourself. Some people are broke, so they will just look for somewhere to put money, and they tell you, okay, you know what, I just want to put my money here so that every month I'll be collecting ROI. I tell people, sorry, if you are broke, if you're broke and you need ROI, go and get a job. All right? If you're broke and you need monthly ROI, go and get a job. Investment is not meant to feed you. All right? Investment is not meant to feed you. Investment is meant to help you grow wealthy. Investment is meant to help you grow wealthy. Investment is not supposed to feed you, because if your investment is feeding you, it simply means that the returns that are coming from your investment, you're eating up everything, right? Then the other thing also is that you need to be very concerned about the return of your investment. In fact, you need to be more concerned about the return of your investment than the return on investment. A lot of times, people don't ask or see how their investment is going to be returned. They are all interested in the return on the investment, the ROI. You need to be concerned about what? RI, return of your investment, ROI, right? Because if your investment does not return, it simply means that you have gone back to square one. You have lost your savings. So if you took 18 months to save money and you invest it and you lose it, it simply means that you have lost 18 months of hard work. And that is a bad way to play the game, because you're 18 months behind. So you have to go back the line and start all over again. And if you have to keep starting and starting and starting and starting, then you're obviously not making any reasonable progress. So whatever you're putting your money into must be something that is sure. It has to be something that is safe. It has to be something that is predictable, and it has to be something that returns above inflation, right? It has to be sure, so that you will know exactly that, okay, this thing, this is what it is, and I am sure of that, right? So you have to be sure of the company, you have to be sure of the people, you have to be sure of the product, right? The other one is that you have to make sure that this thing is safe, right? Don't put your money in a thing that, for example, all these guys that are parading all these farm stuff, what happens tomorrow? They will come and tell you that pests entered their farm and ate up all their crops, or that their virus entered their farm and all their pigs died, or all their fowl died, as if they did not know that virus goes along with what they are doing. So it simply means that these things are not safe, right? These things are not safe. They can easily go under, and that is bad, right?
Guys, Alex will be back in a few minutes. I hope you're enjoying the section. I've been picking up a lot of lessons from what he's saying. It's about it's about saving, discipline. It's very important. Okay, if you some people, you see, we live in the world of greedy poor people and guilty rich people. Do you get what I'm saying now? We live in the world of greedy poor people. That means a poor man that is greedy, a rich man that is guilty. What does that mean? That means a guy is poor, is blaming Samuel for being rich. He said, why is this guy rich and I am poor? And then Samuel is rich, and Samuel feel, now that I've made the money, maybe I should do some charity. Never do charity out of guilt. All right. It is a wrong way to give away. You see, never, 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 never. So Alex has been sharing an amazing stuff with you, and I believe he's going to be rounding up this section in the next few minutes. So Alex is back. Let's take it. I hope you learned the four ways, the four income process that is in your life. Remember, begin to ask yourself, how can I use this thing right now? How can I put this thing to practice, because this is it. The essence of learning is not knowing. The essence of learning is mastery. And the only proof that you have learned is that you have changed. In other words, learning that does not change you cannot help you. So, Alex, you're welcome back, man.
All right. So I'm back. So I was saying, what you're putting your money into has to be safe, right? And the other one is that what you're putting your money into the return has to be predictable. Like, you don't have to be in a place where you're wondering, what am I going to get? Or would they even pay me at all? This month, if I don't get anything, at least we'll thank God. No, it means that what you have is not predictable. And lastly, whatever you're putting your savings into to give you accelerated growth must be something that yields above inflation, right? So currently we've been having massive inflation in the country, right? So we're having double-digit inflation. Whatever that you're going to put your money into that will help you grow also has to be something that gives you returns that sit above inflation, right? And for me, I have been studying different classes of investment. In fact, this is what I do for a living. Researching and documenting my findings is researching and documenting my finding is what I do for a living, right? So what I have found, the class of asset that I have found that is most predictable, that is surest and safest, right? That also can help you out earn inflation is real estate, right? Rental income. And that is the reason why I joined Wealth Island Properties, because this is a company that has a track record that I love. This is a company that sells the kind of products that I love. And the product is not about becoming a landlord or sacking your landlord or building a house where you will live. It's about, first of all, getting into the cash flow mode, right? So that you can give your savings speed. Real estate is one investment vehicle that you can use to give yourself speed, that you can use to give your savings speed, right? And the cool thing about real estate is, well, the problem before now in real estate is that you need a lot of money to get into it. You need a lot of money to access real estate opportunity. But one thing that Wealth Island Properties has done for us, okay, is the fact that you can get into the cash flow system with little amount of money. With like 200,000 naira, you can get into the rental income space. Now, how are you going to get into the rental income space with such an amount of money? Now, there are projects, right? There are different rental real estate projects that we do. And by the way, of course, you should know by now that Tade is my boss, right? So there are a lot of projects that we do. I think when we started this broadcast, it was telling you about some projects we have in Abuja, some we have in Ibadan. We are out of Nigeria now. We are doing in South Africa. We are doing in Botswana. We are entering Ghana very soon. It's just trying to assess opportunities in different locations. All right. Now in Nigeria here we have a lot of projects. In Lagos here we have a lot of projects going on in different locations in the mainland. Now what happens is that when these projects are going on, for example, there are infrastructures, right? There are some kind of infrastructures that need to be built or that need to be implemented in some of these lands before they can become viable, before they can become investable, before they can become something that you can actually sell, right? Now, it's at that point that a small guy like you can come in. So you can invest in our infrastructure development deals, okay? You can invest in our infrastructure development deals, which is part of our IDF, Infrastructure Development Fund. So you can invest in the Infrastructure Development Fund, right? Which will give you opportunity to earn, say, 20 thereabout percent every 6 months, right? Because what happens is that within 6 months, the project must have been completed and delivered, and you can get your capital and your return of your investment back, right? You can also invest on a longer term, right? You can invest on a longer term, and that is where we talk about our IDF, right? So you need to find out how you can get into either the mini deal or the IDF, because these are opportunities that are available for you as a small guy. When I say small guy, I mean someone who doesn't have a lot of money, to start building a lot of this, this project. It's also an opportunity for you to get into the space and see what happens. It's also an opportunity for you to get into the space and be in the ecosystem so that you can assess opportunities that are better, that are bigger when they come. Because when these opportunities come, they don't go to the public. They go to people who are in the ecosystem, right? So you need to be in the ecosystem, and the only way for you to be in the ecosystem is for you to start with the small deals that we have available for you, like the mini deals and the idea, right? And if you're interested in any of that, I want you to send Tadi a message, right? Just tell him that you watched the nice webinar and you learned something, you want to get started. Like you said, the reason why you get informed is not for you to just be informed and be informed and be informed. If you keep being informed and informed, you will begin to suffer some form of deformation, right? So if you don't want to be deformed with a lot of information, that's when you say, oh, I have information overload. It means that you're becoming deformed, right? So if you don't want to be deformed by information, what you need to do is that you need to start practicing, because it is in the process of practicing that you make mistakes, and in the process of practicing that you learn more, and in the process of you become a master, right? So you learn to get information, you practice to get better, and in the process of practicing you become a master of that stuff. So that is how you can send your money on an errand, by putting it on something that is sure, something that is safe, something that is predictable, and something that out-earns inflation. Like I said, real estate is the only thing that satisfies that criteria. For me, right? I've done a lot of studies on that. Real estate is the only thing that satisfies that. So guys, that has been it. That has been it. If you have learned something, please let me know. If you have a question, let me know. More importantly, if you want to get started, right? You want to know more on how you can get started immediately, right? Maybe you already have some savings that has been sleeping in the bank. You don't have to put your money in the bank. You don't save money in the bank. The bank is the worst place to save money, right? Do what the banks do. What do the banks do? The banks don't save money anywhere. Okay, they don't save money anywhere. They send their money on an errand, and that's what you should do, right? Save your money or send your money on an errand. Send your savings on an errand, because that's how you get to multiply it, and that's how you get rich in the process, right? So if you already have some savings that has been sleeping in the bank, and you're looking for, okay, how can I deploy these savings? How can I send these savings on an errand right now? You can send Tadi a message, right? So if you can display your phone number, your WhatsApp number on the screen, if Joshua can help us do that, to display your WhatsApp number on the screen, so that people can really, talk to you directly, ask more questions. You can also send me a message either on Facebook or on WhatsApp, right? Ask questions to know more. You can come over to the office as well to have a conversation, so that we can see how we can plug you into the streams of opportunity. A lot of things are going on, right? There are a lot of opportunities around you. You just need to open your eyes and be available and be willing to take advantage of the opportunities. So that's the size of my delivery for tonight. If you have any question, drop it. If you have anything, let me know in the comment section. So that's it. Thank you for having me, sir. Over to you.
Hi, Alex. It's been awesome, man. It's been wonderful sharing with you tonight. The first thing I want to ask you is that for someone that is saying that, okay, I've heard you, you have been able to kind
Are we good? I'm done. Questions. If I see question, I will answer before Tade comes on board. So if you have a question, please drop it.
Can you hear me, Alice? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. So I have a question for you. Now, can you just give us a recap of the four kinds of income that people have and how they can do something about it right now as regards to the investment, and how can they apply it into themselves, especially coming from the active income, and how can they start using it to create a bigger possibility for themselves?
Yeah. So I said we have you have four income assets, right? You have four income assets that you need to look into. Number one is active income, and that active income talks about what you do currently, right? There is something you do to earn money, and that is the first place to start from, right? A large amount of that money should be saved. Whatever it is that you do, you work in the bank, whatever it is that you do, don't complain, saying things like, oh, things are expensive. My brother and my sister, things have always been expensive. From when I was born till now, things have always been expensive. People have always been complaining. My grandmother used to complain a lot. She would tell me, then I was a little baby, she would say, in my time, things were cheap. Now things are expensive. That was in the 80s. I mean, we are in 2000 and something. Things are so expensive. So things will always be expensive. You have to just find a way to save your life, my brother. The other one is possible income, right? Possible income is the money that you can make based on where you are. I gave an example when I was working in the bank. I started a business that was possible because of the fact that I worked there. So currently, if you work in a place, you could ask yourself, you know what? We have 10 people in this place and they eat lunch every day. Can I become a participant in helping provide their lunch? Right? If you provide lunch, for example, and they pay you 500 naira per meal, and you're able to cook for 10 people, just 10 people, for 500 naira per meal per day, right? That is some money that you can actually use to kickstart something for yourself. That's possible income. The other one is borrowed income. You can actually collect loan, right, or an overdraft from your company, right? You can borrow money from your cooperative. Some of you do a susu in your place of work, right? You can borrow that a susu and say, you know what? Instead of me collecting last, let me collect first. Help me, let me collect first. You collect the money and deploy it, right? Then the other one is commission income. Meet your boss and say, sir, do you know what? Can I sell this product? Can I help our company sell this product and get a 10% commission, right? These are things that are possible. So when you get this, it becomes a whole lot easy for you to chunk up your savings. And then I talked about the cash conversion technique, which is somebody dashes you money. What do you do with it? Somebody has been owing you in the past 5 years and you're forgetting about the money, and suddenly the person calls you and says, yeah, I have your money now, let me pay you. When the person pays you, what do? You go shopping. That's a very wrong thing to do. Or they give you a raise in the office, right? They say, okay, now you're no longer earning 100,000, you're not earning 200,000. What do you do with the extra 100,000? You go shopping. No, that's wrong. You need to use these new opportunities to up-level your life by investing in something that is sure, safe, predictable, and gives you return above inflation. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, there is in case you are listening to us and you have one or two questions you would like to ask us, just put it #question and post it on there. We can take one or two questions before we go tonight. But this is it for you, Alex. Alex, someone is saying, right now, I would like to save. I would like to invest. You have told us how we can take advantage of either MDI or IDF. I would like to do all of these things. But right now, I'm not able to save more than 50K every month. I know that you have a process. I know that you have a system that can help people put their savings together, more and more, so that they can come to an aggregate and it will help them to be able to invest in the next 3 months. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Okay, so I have what is called the collective investment scheme, right? It's for example, right now I have about 25 people who are saving I have about 25 people who are saving 25,000 naira every month, which they are going to invest together as a group. Now, when your money is small, your savings is small, right? You're just saving small amount of money. You will have to wait for a period of time for that money to become chunked up a bit, right? But you can accelerate that by using collective investment scheme. Collective investment scheme is the same thing that they do called Esusu. I think it's Esusu they call it, right? But here now is that you don't save the money to flex. Esusu is meant for flexing. You collect and use it to buy a shebi, to use it to buy stupid things and upgrade your life. No, use it to buy car. That's not what you do. That's not how this one is, that you're saving strictly for the purpose of investing. But you're going to do it as a group. So like the group I have, right? And by the way, you can join if you can save 25,000 naira every month unfailingly. 25,000 naira every month. You can, let me know and I will, give you an access pass to the group. It's free. I'm not charging you. I will help you save money, right? So if you use the CIS system, the collective investment system, what happens is that if in 3 months, if let's assume that you're 10, right, and you're saving 20,000 naira every month, that will amount to every month 10 of you will save about 2 million, if I'm not mistaken.
200,000. 200,000.
Yeah, 100. Yeah. Okay, sorry. You will say you save 100,000. Abi?
10 of you will save 200,000.
If
200,000.
So assuming that you're saving, okay, assuming you're saving 10,000 naira every month. Okay, assuming you're saving 20,000 naira every month. 10 of you will save 200,000 naira every month. Abi?
Yeah.
And in 3 months, that's a quarter, you're going to save 600,000.
Absolutely.
In a year, you're going to save 2.4 million naira. Now, with 2.4 million naira, you can get into a big deal. For example, with 2.4 million naira, you can get into our IDF, right? You can get into our IDF and collect 25 to 30% returns per 6 months, right? Per 6 months. And that is fantastic. If you were coming with your own single savings of about, say, of your own single savings, you will not be able to get that kind of returns. Why? Because the money is still small. But if you chunk it up with your colleagues or with your friends or with your parties or with people that you're in the same journey with, the money grows, it becomes bigger, and you can use that to assess opportunities at a higher level that ordinarily wouldn't have been possible. So imagine if you guys do that for just 2 years, you're going to have minimum of 4.8 million, right? You're going to have minimum of 4.8 million. We have fantastic properties that you can assess at that level, and in about 6 months to 1 year, you can make double your money, guaranteed, right? I mean, these are things I've seen people do. These are things that people are doing every day. So imagine if you can pull that off. In fact, if you don't even need to wait for 2 years, right? If you have your groups and you people can save that amount, the half of that amount for a year, you can get our property, right, that can appreciate over time and without even having completed the payment. What that means is that money you have saved in year 1 can serve as part payment, right? And you have full ownership of the property. And as soon as in fact, I've seen instances where before the person will finish balancing, the value of the property has gone up already. So before you even balance the money, if you sell off that property, which is already yours at that point, you have made money. See, these are smart opportunities that are not available in the open. But if you come into places like this, you'll be able to access this kind of information. Yeah, so I hope I was able to clarify that, sir.
All right, that's fantastic. We're trying to look at if there are any question. Is there any question there? Check it out for me, man. Is there any question? People asking question for tonight. You need to ask question because questions are host of answers on the earth. Are there question there? So if you have not asked any question, it's awesome. Remember, one of the things I picked tonight is the fact that all of us start by active earning, But this is it. Is you don't have to earn there. There are possible incomes, and I think Alex was able to to deal with this extensively tonight to show you all that is possible. We need to begin to ask yourself, where do I have the potential for possible potential income in my life? What can I do with borrowed income? You see, poor men borrow to flex, rich men borrow to expand. So the question is, what are you borrowing for? So you can borrow to build borrow for a party. You see, borrowing for party is iniquity, but borrowing for equity is going to create an amazing life for you. So I learned that from Alice. Alice is talking to you today about borrowed income. And yeah, like what I believe all my life is about commission income. And I even have a program on it called Great Commission Program. About how to create commission, because the word commission is two words: commit and mission. It means that someone that is committed to a mission. It is only people that are committed to a mission of prosperity that earns commission. In other words, I'll simply tell you tonight that if you are committed to a mission of prosperity, commission should be part of your earnings. In other words, if you are not seeing commission as a mission, you are not going to go far in life. So, what is your portion of commission? So, this is what happened. Most of you work in an organization today. Perhaps you are in sales. You work as an executive marketer for an organization, and you do well in that organization, but there is no other commission. Maybe perhaps they pay you some money. We're going to send you a link today, and that link, you're going to be sent a link right away from by a guy on the group by the name of Joshua, and he will send you a link right away. And that link says that if you want to earn more commission, if you love commission and you are wondering how can I make more commission right now, you can just click on that link. It's called Write Your Own Paycheck. That link will take you to how you can start learning how to get commission by even selling real estate, by selling investment. So commission is important. Every wealthy man earns commission. So there is no one, by the way, everything in life is sales. Getting what you want in life is a commission. In other words, if you're not getting what you want in life, it means you're not earning commission. Okay. My friend is in the studio today, marrying a beautiful married, a beautiful woman. Guess what happened? That guy wanted to get married before, but he was scammed. But eventually he got it right. He sold his idea to a woman. So he get what he want. That's a commission. What? But everything in life is sales. So when he did not get the first one, and that is what is there. So the link is on the screen, so you can click on the screen, and it will lead you directly into what was that. So you can get what's the problem? Okay, what did he do? Just look at it and write it. Okay, so you can see it written there, and then you can see boldly on the screen. All you need to do is to copy it, and then copy it, write it, and then just click on it when you have copied it, and it will lead you directly to what you have to do. So it's been awesome tonight. And Alex spoke about income.
Please, the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number. Some people are asking for it in the comments in the chat. The WhatsApp number. They should put it up.
Okay. WhatsApp number for what? Okay, so now they will send it to you immediately. So Alex, the last thing that you said that I really love today is about income capacity upgrade. You spoke about income capacity upgrade. And I think the problem of a lot of people is not their expenses. The problem of a lot of people is their capacity to earn more. All right. So everybody can earn more. The question I ask people is that what about if your yearly income becomes your monthly income? What's going to change in your life? That means you're going to save more. And you know what? Saving can save you. And I think the essence why they call it saving is because it can save you. So savers are lenders. Lenders are investors. Investors are leaders. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what you have heard tonight, if you're going to be putting up a seminar for it, you're going to pay about 100,000 per participant. So it's awesome. You need to listen to this again and again. And by the way, let me quickly tell you, in case you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel at Tidy Cash, one of the most godly and righteous things you can do right away is to click the link and just subscribe. Subscribe to Tidy Cash so that you can give you update of videos that have been posted on that place. and you can benefit from it. So, Alice, thank you so much. How can people get your book? How can people get your book? There are people that have not read your book at all, and I think they need to read your book. How many books have you reading, Mr. Alice?
I've written about four books. I'm working on the
Okay,
fifth one.
if someone needs to get a book from you today, if someone needs to buy one of your book now that is going to be a life saving, which of them will you recommend right away so that they can go pick it right now?
Money Sense: How to Organize Your Financial Life in the 21st Century and Make Money. That's the first one to get, because
Okay,
I will
fantastic.
show you the new way that money behaves in the 21st century.
Fantastic. That's it. I've seen the book. I've read it, and I can tell you that it's an amazing work from Alice. This is my recommendation. So I want to tell you tonight, if you really want to grow rich, you have to grow your mind. So one of the books that you need to pick today, this week, is to pick the book called Money Sense. So it's to pick the book called Money Sense. What's it, man? Is to pick the book on Money Sense, and it's going to help you. I need you to pick the book. If you have a business, you need to pick the book Money Sense and give it to your staff. Let them read it. If you are married, you need to get 2 copies, not just 1 copy. 2 shall become 1, not with a book. Each of you shall have 1 book, and each of you shall read it and underline it and do a work study on it. This book is going to change your life. Money Sense. Some of you have academic sense. You have marital sense, but you don't have money sense. Alice has given you the money sense, so you need to pick the book. How can they get the book? If they want to get it right away, is there any way they can get it right now? What do they need to do to order for the book tonight? Because I can assure you 10, 20 people are going to get the book tonight. So what do they need to do to get it?
Send me a direct WhatsApp message. Just send me a message on WhatsApp, 080-914-65571.
Can you just say that gently, right?
080.
Say it gently. Say it gently. Is that a what?
080.
080.
914.
914.
655.
655.
71.
71. All right. So you will see the number on the screen right away.
Yes.
You need to just send a WhatsApp message to that. Just say it like this: I want the book. All right. So I want the book, and the book will be getting across to you wherever you are in Lagos or Nigeria. It's awesome having the AI of Money Sense in the studio tonight, and it's awesome sharing with the audience all over the world about how to get it right, about how to make investment. Remember, remember that you can change your life by changing your life. Mr. Alice has spoken to you. Remember, the essence of learning is not to know. The essence of learning is to master. So one of the ways to do these things tonight, if you want to make the investment, the numbers are all showing all over the screen. You can go to that number tonight and send a message and say, I want to make an investment. And then they will attend to you immediately. If you want to get the book, not if you want to get the book, I beg your pardon. Right now, you need to get a book on Money Sense, because that book is going to change your life. You know, I'm a money man. I've been doing the study of money for almost 20 years right away, actively, and I can sell you good book when I see one. Money Sense is one of the few books written by Nigerian for Africa that I can recommend. I don't recommend books because most books are trap. They are trash. But this one is not a trash. This one, I can say, from a street to stardom, this one is not a trash. This one is a treasure. So get the Money Sense from Alice Natural, and it's going to literally change your life. I believe by the time you read this book, you're going to send me a tithe, because this book is going to make your financial life to be intact. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Mr. Alice. We're so glad to have you in the studio today. We look forward to having you again. And thank you. Any last word for the audience tonight? Any takeaway word, any action takeaway for them as you say goodbye today?
Take action on what you have learned. That's the way to move forward.
Thank you very much. Take action on what you have learned. Remember, action sets you free. Thank you, Mr. Alice. We look forward to having you again and again and again. We can't have enough of you. You are such a blessing to the universe. You're such a blessing to the continent. You're such a blessing to your family and to everyone that you have come in contact with, including myself. Thank you. Peace, love, and cash flow to you, Mr. Hollis. Until I see you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Living.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We'll see you. We'll see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Battery pre-charge.
All right, Mr. Okay, everyone tonight, we want to say thank you for hanging up here. All that you have heard. If you're interested in making an investment, there is a number there. You need to copy the number and send that I want to invest. They're going to get back to you and they're going to show you how to do that. But at the same time, you need to listen to these again and again. You need to invite your friends to come to Sunday Cash Flow service. You need to share the link when it is put to you because you can literally be changing someone's life. And at the same time, you can literally change someone's life. So you need to do this. So thank you very much for being part of this tonight. Thank you very much for being part of this tonight. And we look forward to seeing you again. If you have not followed Tade Cash on any of the platforms, either on Twitter, you can follow Tade Cash. On Instagram, you can follow official Tade Cash. But most importantly, you can follow Tade Cash on YouTube so that you can get all our latest video every week. So until I see you next week, same time, wherever you are in the world, I say to you, peace, love, and cash flow. Bye for now.